Noah and Ethan, twin brothers and passionate speleologists, used their small inheritance to make an audacious purchase: 20 acres of remote mountain land that was nearly worthless, except for the massive, gaping mouth of a cave. The locals were brutal. They laughed at the twins for buying a hole in the ground, ridiculing their investment and predicting their financial ruin. They called it the Idiot's Cave. But the twins were driven by an old family legend that claimed the cave was not just a geological feature, but the last known resting place of an ancient explorer's map to a lost fortune. The twins spent their first month clearing the immediate area, securing the entrance, and mapping the known passages. The cave was immense, stretching deep into the mountain, but the passages were tight, difficult, and full of dangerous dead ends. They worked slowly, meticulously checking every wall and every boulder, searching for any sign of human modification. After weeks of finding nothing but bats and damp rock, frustration was setting in. The main passage ended in a large, echoing chamber known as the auditorium. The twins realized that the chamber was strangely uniform in shape, almost too perfect. They checked the walls again, tapping and sounding the granite surface. On the eastern wall, a sound returned that was subtly different, a dull thud instead of a sharp crack. It suggested a hollow space behind the stone. They had found the secret. They used small rock saws to carefully cut a section of the granite away. The cut piece of stone was thin, suggesting the wall was not solid but merely a facade. When the slab finally came loose, it revealed not a tunnel, but a small, perfectly sealed cavity, expertly camouflaged to match the surrounding stone. Inside, the air was cool and absolutely dry. It held a single object, a stone tablet resting on a bed of dry moss. "Hey guys! Quick break, because we need your help to validate this crazy purchase. We are so close to hitting 1,000 subscribers, and we need to smash that goal ASAP. If you haven't already, please hit that like button and subscribe. It makes a massive difference. Also, drop a comment below and let us know where in the world you're watching this video from. We love seeing how far our adventures travel. Now, let's get back to the good stuff. The stone tablet was not ordinary rock. It was a polished piece of slate, flawlessly preserved. Etched deeply into its surface was a complex, intricate map. It featured celestial alignments, strange geometric shapes, and a detailed topographical view of an area they did not immediately recognize, a coastline marked by 3 distinct, isolated peaks. This was the map from the legend. But was it ancient, or just an elaborate forgery? They found one final, crucial piece of evidence in the cavity, a small, lead-lined cylinder. Inside the cylinder was a single, brittle, handwritten parchment dated 1888, signed by a renowned, but largely discredited local explorer named Cyrus Blackwood. The parchment confirmed the map was real, detailing how Blackwood had found the map and, fearing it would fall into the wrong hands, had meticulously hidden it behind the false cave wall, creating a time capsule for the true secret of the cave. The legend was real, and the twins were holding the key. The parchment from 1888 provided the context. Cyrus Blackwood wrote that the map was created by an ancient maritime culture, depicting the location of their final, massive treasury, hidden before their civilization vanished. Blackwood had spent his life searching for the coastline marked on the map, but failed, and ultimately decided to hide the map rather than risk it being destroyed. The map was not an abstract drawing. It was a precise navigational chart. The twins spent the next 2 weeks cross-referencing the symbols and topography on the slate map with modern satellite imagery and geological surveys. They finally located the corresponding region, a remote, uninhabited chain of islands far off the coast of South America, known for its dangerous currents and lack of accessible harbors. The 3 peaks were unmistakable. The legend was true, the map was real, and the destination was terrifyingly distant. The twin brothers realized the treasure was beyond their means to claim. They couldn't fund an international maritime expedition. They needed 2 things: expertise and capital. They contacted a specialized team of maritime archaeologists and treasure recovery experts, presenting them with the historical parchment and a high-resolution photograph of the slate map. The experts were initially skeptical, but the unique etching style and the precise astronomical alignments shown on the map quickly convinced them this was a genuine artifact of immense historical value. The map itself was determined to be over 1,500 years old, carved by a culture whose navigational skills exceeded current historical knowledge. The map, even before leading to any treasure, was deemed a priceless archaeological artifact. The recovery team immediately negotiated an agreement with the twins. They would finance the entire expedition to the remote islands, and in return, the twins would receive a significant percentage of any discovered treasure, plus a substantial payment for the map itself. Noah and Ethan agreed. The map, which they had found hidden behind the cave wall, was purchased by a private consortium for immediate research and historical preservation for a staggering $1.5 million USD. The money was tax-free and immediately transferred to the twins. This was just the down payment, the reward for the map alone. They went from being ridiculed for their purchase to being millionaires before the treasure hunt had even begun. The final stage was funding the expedition. The twins now held their breath, waiting for the satellite images of the remote island coastline that the map promised. The expedition was launched 6 months later, led by the archaeological team with Noah and Ethan traveling as primary consultants. The map proved to be astoundingly accurate, guiding the modern vessel across thousands of miles of ocean to the precise coastal sector defined by the 3 peaks. Following the map's final cryptic directions, the team began an intensive underwater search in a remote, submerged cove. The final piece of the map showed an astronomical alignment pointing to a specific tidal period. Using sophisticated sonar and submersibles during that exact tidal window, they found it, a deep, man-made cavity carved into the bedrock beneath the seafloor, sealed by a massive, smooth slab of stone. It was clear the ancient civilization had gone to incredible lengths to hide their assets. The team spent weeks preparing the site, finally using specialized underwater explosives to safely break the seal. The vault was opened, revealing a collection that defied description. It was not gold or silver, which corrode in salt water. It was filled with thousands of artifacts made of hardened jade, unique obsidian tools, and, most surprisingly, hundreds of small, interlocking cubes made of pure platinum. The platinum had been used because of its inertness and density. The artifacts and the platinum represented the accumulated wealth of a highly advanced, ancient maritime empire. The estimated value of the platinum alone, based on current market rates, was astronomical. The collection was recovered under strict international maritime law. Because the twins had secured the map as private property found on private land, their legal claim was solid. After years of legal proceedings, museum sales, and international division of the artifacts, the final valuation and sales proceeds were tallied. The map had led them to a treasure valued at over $150 million. The twin brothers' final share of the treasure and artifact sales totaled an overwhelming $42 million US. They were completely stunned. They went from being the subjects of local ridicule for buying a worthless cave to becoming 2 of the wealthiest treasure hunters in the world. They used the money to create a foundation dedicated to the ethical discovery and preservation of pre-Columbian artifacts. They still own the cave, which they have now donated to a geological society. The laugh was ultimately on the town, as the cave that everyone mocked contained the map that made the twins millionaires. Thanks for watching our incredible journey.